All right, happy Wednesday. We are doing bench press today. So same style we've been doing for a couple weeks now. It's pressing day, and we're going to be doing 12 minutes to find your 3 rep max bench press. All right. We're looking within the 12-minute window, about 5 challenging sets, building up to a max for 3. Okay, so let's again talk about our bench press form here. We always talk about 3 things to think about. Number 1 is the feet. So you don't want the feet out in front of your knees. You want to pull the feet back, press the heels down so you feel tension in your butt and your hamstrings. Okay, that's setup number 1. Second is the grip. Okay, we like that just like thumb width from the knurling or just outside shoulder width that transfers to our other styles of pressing. Okay, so it's also safer on the shoulder. So find that grip. When we come out of the rack, you're going to squeeze that bar really tight so the grip is not just sitting in your hands, but you're squeezing, activating as much muscle through your arm as you can. And then the final thing is to pull the shoulder blades back against the bench. Okay, so squeezing the bar, pressing through the heels, big breath, big chest, and drive. Okay, you're actually feeling a press through the feet. Okay, keeping your chest nice and big, shoulders back, push through the feet. Okay, and get that big drive straight back up. All right, talking about spotting. We never do partial, we're not going to touch the bar unless the person fails. So don't help them through the reps, right? We want to make sure they can get it on their own. If they can't and fail, just rack it up. All right, so 12 minutes, find 3 rep max. If you're not going heavy today, feel free to do sets of 5 with a little bit of a tempo, kind of learning position. And if you have any shoulder issues and the bar hurts with the bench press, feel free to go heavy dumbbells. Dumbbells typically feel a little nicer on the shoulder. Okay, so let's talk conditioning. All right, guys, a little interval conditioning today. It's going to take about 18 minutes to get through it. It's going to be 2 minutes of work, followed by a minute of rest through 3 movements. We're going to do 2 minutes of cals on the bike, right? So go as many cals as you can, 2 minutes, rest 1 minute. Then we're going to do 2 minutes of burpees, rest a minute, and then 2 minutes of Russian kettlebell swing. So the bike is pretty straightforward, okay? Burpees, I'll talk a little bit about technique here. Lots of ways you can do a burpee, but when you're tired, trying to be efficient, you want to, again, always use your core and your hips. So what I mean by that is, watch, I put my hands down first. If you look from the side, my feet are just outside shoulder width. This helps with a little bit of the flexibility here. All right, so I bring my hands down, jump my feet back, and lay down. When I come up, and I'm going to do this in slow motion, I pick the chest up a little bit, okay? I'm basically want to save my arms, and I'm going to snap my hips high. I want to land nice and high with the hips, so all I got to do from there is stand and clap. Okay, a common mistake is that people will do stuff like this, right? They'll jump into this position. Now your legs are tired. It's not great on the knees, right? And then it's more legs to stand. I got to move my whole body weight up with my quads. So we're trying to land with the hips high, so I'm doing less work with the legs. I'm driving out of the hips. So again, boom, pop the hips, tuck the chin, stand, and clap, right? Try to avoid burpees where you clap down here. Try to get that nice full extension, okay? The third movement is the Russian kettlebell swing. We did these last week. Awesome movement for working with a heavier load, that good hip drive, snapping the hips, squeezing the butt, working on getting the kettlebell about eye level, okay? Try to avoid going down, okay? Really think hips go back, squeeze the hips forward, okay? Eye level. With the hands, right? Hands will be an issue here. Don't over grip the kettlebell. When it's here, it should be kind of loose in the hands, okay? So that's it. Scores your total reps. You go through that whole thing 2 times, and there is a finisher today as well. All right, finisher today, we have 2 great movements, the standing windmill and halos from a kneeling position. So here is the standing windmill. This is a kind of flexibility, active stretch, shoulder stability, great movement. So with a kettlebell, you can use a dumbbell as well. Locking the arm out, right? I'm standing a little bit wider, will help with my flexibility. I'm going to try to touch the ground without bending my knees. So I push my hips back, touch, and then stand back up. So this takes some practice, okay? Again, if you have tight shoulders or tight hamstrings, this will be hard. So just go down as far as you can. Focus on from the side, pushing the hips back. So I'm trying to keep this in balance. If it comes forward, it's going to fall down, right? So I'm pushing my hips back, rotating my shoulder, not letting my knees bend. Okay, you can start with no weight or really light weight just to learn the position, and you're going to do 8 on each side. So it won't be super heavy. As you get better, if you can touch your palm to the floor, right? That's a bigger range of motion, okay? Or feet a little narrower, makes it more challenging. So 8 each side, and then we're gonna do kneeling halo. So you're gonna take a kettlebell, okay? Sitting upright, and you're gonna rotate around. Okay, trying to keep that kettlebell right around the head, keep the elbows tucked in. 8 each direction. So do all that 3 times through. So tough work, rest as needed, do that for quality. That's it, guys. See you tomorrow.